I wish I could describe this this closeness. I mean, one could say it's wishful thinking. One could say it's. I suppose it's like love. You can't really put your finger on what it is. Affinities, something to do with chemistry, with an association of souls, and something which started early on when I was a teenager, and then particularly with the D minor concerto. I have to say that my heart goes to this piece, perhaps like to no other. It's a piece which is existential for me, and still to this day it just amazes me that he was 20 years old when he wrote it. And I also think it's the purest Brahms that you can ever hope to hear. This piece, I think I'm convinced that it is probably his last piece where he gives all of himself without any sense of self-preservation, of that slight distance which perhaps helped him survive. And so it has an amazing dramatic intensity. And of course, if you think about the fact that he started working on it in, I think 1854, was shortly after Robert Schumann attempted his first suicide. And I mean, I think of the first movement particularly as almost as a requiem, and because you feel this intense agitation, this despair that Brahms must have felt upon the news of this man that he respected and loved so dearly. And I mean, it's something which you feel with every cell of your being. I know I always get a physical reaction to this, and I'm so looking forward to doing this with Yap and the orchestra. And for me, always when this exposition is heard and you sit there and all of the material is already there, it's something which gives you so much strength. And also this relationship with the orchestra where you feel like you're part of the orchestra. It's so rarely given in a concerto where you normally have this more soloistic role. And I really love that feeling of being part of the orchestra just as one of the instruments. The second movement is absolutely sublime. It's like a prayer. It is imbued with so much mysticism. It's a movement where time stops literally, and the finale has this. I always think of it as a sort of rite of spring, because you feel this amazing creative energy which is springing to the surface and just rips everything open, and it's so exuberant, and there you can very well feel Brahms in his 20 years of age, even though by the time he first performed it, I think he was 25, and not very successful performances either, apparently, where people were hissing and booing, and the piece was destroyed by critics. But it just goes to show what stands the test of time. Yes. It was in an interpretation by Claudio Arau and Carlo Maria Giulini, and I think I was transfixed. I still remember this feeling of just. It was an arresting experience, and so who knows? Maybe I owe it all to that first listening experience. But the piece is just extraordinary. I had a very strong, very impressive first experience with him. It was Brahms' second piano concerto. I was in Dallas, and I had been with the Dallas Symphony before on a few occasions, and I remember arriving, and in that first rehearsal already, it was like a different animal altogether. I was so impressed by the attention to detail and this exigence, you say in French, something so demanding, but at the same time so bienveillant, where he's not terrorizing the people he has in front of him. He's making them want to give everything that there is to be given.